I dreamed last night that I was back home. I was in Ramsgate, driving around in a motor car with some of the chaps from 501 Squadron. I got woken up by a bomb going off, and suddenly I was back in the freezing cold of Rogachevo, wondering if I'd made the right choice. I reckon I did. The devil makes work for idle hands, though, and sometimes that means having too much time to think about things like that. I've got Boris fitting more bombs to the aircraft. Remarkably, we still haven't been forced to retreat yet, and once again, we're going to be concentrating on the area southwest of the Volga Reservoir. As I write this, we have a flight of 4 already up there hunting trucks. The Luftwaffe remains elusive. The cold must be causing them serious problems. We had another scuffle with the Italians recently, though. However, I narrowly escaped death not at their hands, but by the hands of one of our escorts. I was furious at the time. I yelled a few choice words over the RT at their squadron leader on the other channel. And by a few, I suppose I mean rather a lot. I was met with confused silence at first, and then I realised it was because I'd shouted at the poor fellow in English. To cut the rest of the story short, I have been informed that his pilots will be reviewing their target identification booklets at the earliest opportunity. It's hard to really be cross with them, though, in retrospect. It's an unfortunate fact that this is a normal occurrence in this business, and things get especially tricky when there are matches and hurricanes in the same airspace. On a different note, Boris has told me he's been having some ideas about the armament on our Hurricanes. The complaints about the ineffectiveness of the 303s have been widespread ever since we brought the Hurricanes over, and I share completely in everyone's frustrations. I'm not sure if anything can really be done about it, but our resident hairy mechanic thinks that he's got an idea, although it'll take a while for him to get the parts he needs. I must confess, I am intrigued to see if anything comes of it, even if he has warned me that it will take some time. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back once again to IL-2 Battle of Moscow, where today we have a slightly unusual mission. As you can see, number 56 is loaded down with a pair of 500-pound bombs. With us, we have a single wingman, Vladimir. Vladimir does not have any bombs. Why is this, you ask? Well, today's objective is to bomb a bridge. We're going down to Matyushkino, I think it's called. It's an area we've been to before. It's the area sort of south of that river delta to the west, where previously we bombed a convoy of trucks. Going back down there, we're going to go take out a bridge, presumably to prevent the Germans retreating across it or something. I'm not really sure. It's ours not to question why, after all. But that's what we're doing today. Now, the thing about bridge bombing missions, in Pat Wilson's campaign generator, or indeed in any mission where you're the flight leader, is you can't really get the AI to attack bridges, no matter what you do, even if you hit all your waypoints and all that usual, stuff. For some reason, you can't get the AI to attack bridges. They just don't register to them as a ground target, and they refuse to do it. They'll just fly off and find something else to bomb instead, like a AAA gun or something, which we don't want. So the way this is going to work today is I am going to bomb the bridge. I meaning obviously Jimmy Wallace. He's going to bomb the bridge, and Vladimir is going to run interference for him as a sort of escort. We do also have an actual escort, the Lag 3s from the 11th Regiment that we share an airbase with. They are actually providing top cover for us today, but basically Vladimir is going to provide us some close-in cover as well in addition to that. At least that's the idea. Bringing Vladimir, mostly just because it's good to get him some more experience, and also Vladimir has been shot down and survived more times than I can count at this point, and I'm starting to look at him like a bit of a sort of good luck charm. The man seems to have 9 lives like a cat. It's kind of weird. I hope this one doesn't turn out to be his last, but, Anyway, I'll show you the map just in case you're curious. So we'll take off, turn west, rendezvous, ingress, and then all the way down here, target approach. And as you can see, it's down here from this big sort of swampy river delta thing, all the way down here. And it's this bridge here. There's quite a few bridges. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but very specifically we want that one next to a little blob of forest. If we keep to the river on the right and just follow that down, we should hopefully identify the correct one. Although I may want to come out this way and attack it lengthways in order to sort of increase our chances of getting a hit. So that's probably what I'll do. I don't believe there are any air bases nearby, so we don't have to worry about additional flak. I mean, there's that one there, and that's not really that close, is it? So that's something at least. We do have radar again today, as you can see. We do have, I think these blue dots in the map, these things here, I think those are actually radar vehicles, like radar trucks on the ground. And I think they are what provide us our radar coverage on the map here. I think that's how that works. Because I've been shift F5ing through friendly ground units, and these radar trucks have been popping up. So I think that's supposed to be how that works. So maybe once we go outside of their coverage, we won't get any. But yeah, yeah, we've got some red arrows on the map as well. So it definitely looks like the Red Army is attacking out of this swampy area and pushing south, which is good to see. Anyway, that's the plan. Let's go. Let's not keep the lags waiting any longer than they have to. And up we go. Gear up. Lower the RPM, all of that usual stuff. Right, got to make sure we hit those important waypoints, of course. But, folks, for now, barring any unforeseen events like last time, I shall see you when we're on our target approach, I think. Where's Vladimir? There he is, behind us. Excellent. Right, ladies and gentlemen, see you in a bit. Alright folks, we're starting our attack run now. The targets we're after should be on the other side of this big forest out over in front of us there. Not the one under us right now, but the one ahead there with the big sort of like road going through it there. Road or possibly river, the big white line going through it. Past these columns of smoke, of which there are many. Wouldn't want to be in one of those villages right now. Yep, nearly there, just following this course pretty much. We get down across here. Red Army troops should be pushing through this way apparently pretty soon. Through Stepanchevo, or however you pronounce it. And then there's our bridge down there. Hopefully we identify the correct one. That is going to be the tricky part. Vlad's still with us. Good. The lags are still with us. No sign of any enemy aircraft just yet. Give it time though. Not even on radar, actually, as far as I'm aware. Plenty of radar set up today, so... Drifting off a bit to the left here, aren't we? So, yeah, this one's all going to pretty much land on whether or not I can get some hits with my bombs. Done bridge bombing missions in the past, fair few times. I think my hit ratios are a little bit 50-50 though. Oh man, you know, if you really wanted to avoid radar, fly your plane right up this, all the way along this road or whatever it is, right between the tree lines. If you're feeling pretty ballsy, you could do that. Avoid enemy radar and anti-air guns. Doing a little Death Star trench run through those trees. Vlad's still with us? Yeah, Vlad, he's with us. It's just he's doing the whole sort of my AI is not programmed to fly any lower than this. I must start wiggling and bobbing up and down. Ah. Looks like we have company directly in front of us. Somewhere. Oh, there they are. They're quite high up. Well, not that high up. They're high up compared to us. Looks like it might be bombers. I'm not sure, though. Alright, belay that. Just cover me. Right, let's start looking for this bridge. Oh look! It's the weird truck that's stuck in the ice again. He's still there. Hello, old friend. Right, actually, there's a road here that we can pretty much just follow right to the bridge. See, there's a road here. Yeah, there it is. There's a... oh, goody. There's a convoy. Which is probably going to have flat guns. And there's the bridge we're after. Alright, here we go, boys and girls. This is not going to be a very precise bombing run. I might not even drop bombs this time around, actually. Alright, there we go. There's one away. I'll drop the other on the convoy. Potentially, if this doesn't work. Okay, that bridge looks like it's toast to me. Indeed it is. Alright, okay, at least this convoy gets a bonus bomb then. There might be some flak at the back there. Yep. Oh, almost dead on. I hope that damaged them. Yes, it did. Haha. Alright, should we skedaddle? I think we should skedaddle. The lags look like they're mixing it up with the enemy. Maybe we should help with it. There's plenty of flak around here and I don't like it. Yeah, Vladimir, if there's any enemies nearby you can engage them, mate. Although I don't like being near all this AAA. Yep, still shooting at us. Should change direction. Oh, they're all way up above us. Alright, you know what? Forget this. We're never going to climb up there to be useful in time. Let the lags do their job. We've done ours. What even are they, anyway? I don't really know. They could be Stukas. They could be Ju-88s. I'm not really sure. Whatever they are, they don't really look interested in dogfighting, do they? Oh man, this whole area is just crawling with flak guns, isn't it? Orders. Cover me. Yeah, get back here, Vlad, mate. We're going home, sir. There's a bit of a chase going on here. I'm not sure what that's about, honestly. We can have a sneaky peek, actually, once I'm satisfied we're safe. Boost engaged. No, I want boost off. What's the deal here? Is my engine RPM still too high to be in combat mode with full throttle? I think my RPMs were set a little bit too high. Alright, well... Laddie's back there, he's following us. Jolly good. I'm going to dial back my throttle a little bit, let him catch up. What's our egress here? Swift 2 is attacking an engaging an attack plane. I think it's Stukas. I think it's Stukas, and I think, if I had to guess, I'll have a look in a minute using the external views, but if I had to guess, I'd say that is Stukas, and the Lag 3s are just having an absolute party shooting them all down. Not really what you're for there, guys. You're supposed to be escorting us, not engaging Stukas, but you know what? I can't really blame you. Alright, this sort of course should see us home and dry relatively efficiently. So, just hit auto level on, and we'll see what's going on, shall we? There's the venerable Lag 3s. Doing whatever they're doing, I'm not sure. Yeah, as I suspected, it's Stukas. And the lags are chasing them. Not doing an amazingly good job of chasing them, but they are chasing them. I hope you shoot them all down, eventually. In the meantime, yep, they are doing it. They are doing it. It's awfully tempting to go back and get involved, isn't it? But by the time we get there, I suspect they'll probably have shot them all down. Unless... What are you guys doing? Are you gonna go after the Stukas, or are you coming back to escort me? It's sort of interesting, isn't it? We're observing the AI in action, everybody. I think they're actually leaving the Stukas alone now. They've decided to come and escort us again. I.e. do their jobs. Fair enough. Yeah, no, it's tempting to go back after those Stukas, but we'd have to climb up after them, which would take ages. And then by the time we did, we'd be deep in German territory. We'd be probably down here, I would guess, by then. At which point they might have some fighter escort of their own. It would take forever. We'd be in very dangerous territory, and we're more interested in surviving than we are in getting kills, as I've said previously many times. So, honestly, I think we'll just go home. Where's Vlad? Oh, he's right all the way back there. Okay. Vlad's number 17, is he? I'll have to make a note of that in future. Next time we bring Vlad out, I'll check his tail number to see if the tail number corresponds to the pilot. Anyway, ladies and gents, I shall see you for the landing, or if we get ambushed by something on the way back, although that feels a little unlikely right now. Either way, toodle pip. Alright, ladies and gents, I'm delighted to say this mission has gone tremendously smoothly. Of course, it's not over till the fat lady has sung. I still need to land the aeroplane, but yeah. Went in, bombed the target, dropped a bonus bomb and a bunch of annoying flak trucks, and we got out of Dodge. We didn't even lose any escorts. Now we're gonna go in and land. As soon as I lose all the speed I need to. Got a little bit of while to run here until final. I'm sure we'll be fine. He says. Side slip a little bit, bleed some speed. Side slipping is when you use the rudder and then opposite aileron to sort of keep the plane flying relatively straight but slightly sideways to bleed off lots and lots of speed very quickly. It's a bit unpleasant to actually do in a real aeroplane. It gives you a very unpleasant sensation, but it certainly gets the job done. We are coming in a little fast right now, actually. Thankfully, I don't think we need a lot of runway to actually stop this thing. Indeed, we do not. That'll do. Let's head off to the right here towards the pens. Get the flaps in. And stop before we crash into something would probably be a good idea. If I'm not very much mistaken, I do think that's Vladimir circling into land right about now. Good luck to him. Well, folks, no damage that I can see from the enemy flak gunners. A couple of close calls back there, I think, but as far as I can tell, we seem to be all right. Squeaky clean. The engineers will be pleased. Okay then. So, that went rather well. Continue with claims. 0 claims. Submit report. I can't imagine there's a lot to see here of interest. Yeah, aircraft gun was destroyed by an anti-aircraft gun. We damaged a flak veering. We destroyed a half-track. Damaged and destroyed another half-track. And a bunch of other stuff was destroyed. That's interesting. Opel Blitz was destroyed. Same again. Fords. A half-track. I have no idea what blew them up. That's interesting. Anyway. It just says was destroyed. It doesn't say anyone destroyed them either. It's kind of odd. Anyway. Debrief completed. There we go. Couple of half-tracks to add to our kill tally. Notifications of victory. There we go. Job done. It is now the 8th of December. Should we have a look at the intelligence map? Just a little peek, a little peek. See if anything's changed. I don't know if that bulge there was there before. I don't know if much has changed. I feel like maybe the Ruskies have pushed a little bit further south in this area here. But aside from that, it looks pretty unchanging, doesn't it? Maybe all the changes are up here. I've not noticed as a result. I don't know. Don't know enough about the Battle of Moscow to actually, you know, be able to say, right, the Russians should be making a push around this date, and therefore we should see it on the map around this time, and blah, blah, blah. I actually don't know. I don't know. So, yeah. Anyway. Oh, one thing, actually. I know in the past I mused about whether or not the campaign was fully dynamic or whether it was, you know, tied to the historical record. And I'm sure by now some people have told me in the comments whether or not it was the case. I did independently find out myself, though, because I was poking around in the Pat Wilson's campaign generator files, and I discovered that there is a file for each campaign that has historical dates for when the front lines should move. So, yeah, it definitely goes by the history books and not, like, by your in-game performance, which I suppose is nice, honestly, you know. One squadron of planes, or even just one aeroplane, should not have that big an effect, really, on the front line, let's be honest. But, yeah, okay, finished. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for tuning in. This was a very by-the-book ground attack. There was, in retrospect, an absolute ton of anti-aircraft fire. The whole countryside down there was bristling with flak guns, and I am actually slightly amazed that none of it hit us. I think we got very lucky there, to be completely honest. It helped to have Vladimir flying around up above us, drawing some of their fire, I think. I could have told him to attack ground targets, in which case he probably would have flown around trying to strafe some flak guns, but do you know, honestly, I think we were better off with him just following behind us. Problem is, I don't trust old Vladimir to be smart enough to attack the flak guns that aren't firing at him. So I have a horrible feeling he'd go in for a strafing run at one that's already pointed directly at him, and he'd just be blown out of the sky. So I think it was better for his health, and potentially ours as well, to just have him sort of like flying around nearby, following us at a slightly higher altitude, distracting some of them. So yeah. Anyway, that's all for now. Catch you next time, everybody. Toodaloo.